Okay, welcome everyone to the TAG Environmental Sustainability Comms Working Group. It is Thursday, the 9th of May, I think, 2024. This is a CNCF meeting, so we will be following the Code of Conduct, which basically means just be nice to everyone. I'm going to be hosting. If anyone wants to take notes for me, that's great. If you write your names down on the attendees list, I've sent the notes, but I'll send them again just in case you missed them. First, we usually welcome any new members or attendees if they want to say anything, so feel free.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm Eve. I've been starting to work on translating all the documents into German. And as I found out that apparently also falls under comms, so I decided to join here too.
Okay. We are working on the Spanish side and some workflows. I want to introduce also Diana. Diana is one of my ex-students, so I am trying to push Diana to contribute here. So, Diana.
You're muted. If there was a cue,
Yeah. I think that she's shy right now.
That's also okay, right?
Yeah, no worries. Cool. What we tend to do as well is in the open discussion section, if there's anything that anyone specifically wants to talk about, just add your name in the topic. Well, hello anyway, even though your mic is not working. That's fine. If you wanted to write a message or something in here, that's fine too. Yeah, so we tend to put in the open discussion name and topic. I think there are a couple of people here that we kind of discussed in the previous meeting coming to these meetings. So that was one of the ARs. If there's anything that you're working on that we should maybe introduce, so maybe the translations, kind of where we're at with that. We're trying to slowly build up a picture of what the working group comms roadmap and what we work on, and try and figure out the roles and the work that we want to do going forwards. So we're trying to bring other projects that are actually kind of comms related under it. So it's good to have you guys introduce that work you're doing, and then we can get a feel for where we're at with it. Any translation-y people want to talk about where they're at with things?
I mean, I guess I'll start. Yeah, I've been trying to look through the stuff already, start making some PRs, getting a feel for how everything translation works. I haven't done a whole lot the last few weeks, mainly because not enough time, but I'm trying to get back into it. Currently working on translating the glossary. But yeah, I think there's also some work being done to automate checking for needed translations, if there's any updates to the source documents. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think one of the big topics was that we were discussing essentially a new time for this meeting. So it's probably a good idea to talk about that now. I think the poll day ended up being a Wednesday. I think that's probably going to work the best for most people. The plan then is to create another poll with just all the different times. I guess I'll probably start with what I can attend. That's probably step one, and then we can see how that aligns with other people. I'll put that into the Slack. I think we're trying to get as many people as possible, and there are a couple people that really want to help out that can't make this time, is the reason for the change. I propose that we see how the meeting times work, change it, and then try not to be too set in it if that ends up being horrific, and we can cycle back around. I think that should be good. Note an action for myself. Is anyone here adamantly against Wednesdays or not filled in the poll, or wondering where this poll is and realizing they're not in the Slack channel?
Let me see.
No, it was more that I would just follow whatever the end decision will be.
Works.
But
Okay.
Wednesday at the same time?
We haven't decided a time yet, but yeah, probably Wednesday. Thanks, Valeria. Okay, that should be fine. I'll create the next poll anyway. Okay. Some of the things that we did discuss last week, that's kind of the next point to bring up, is that I haven't had a chance to work on it yet, but we need to create some more defined working group comms roles and then kind of figure out where we're going with these things. One of those is a website lead or leads. I think that there tends to be people, as you guys hear, working on translations and things that might have good insight into the website and try and take on kind of leading the ensuring that, you know, events get put on and things like that. I think the best way to do this is going to be to create a document with all of the roles we have and try and figure out what we would expect to be doing and what they might need. I think Valeria maybe had some ideas anyway for that. So that's probably the best way to do it. And then you can asynchronously add those things and we can come back and discuss it. Probably dedicate 1 week's meeting to it, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. I personally don't have any ideas on it at the moment, so I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, I think earlier, like in the tag for situations like that, we just used had shorter meetings, for example, on a regular basis to like try to outline it. Or another alternative is that someone can kick it off in a Google Doc or something and just start structuring and outlining that, and then folks can comment and contribute to that async. So starting a Google Doc would anyway help before doing it directly in a repo to get that collaboration and feedback. And you could also see like if you could probably try out. We could try out with the meeting as well. But at least to get things going, having the async way like with the Google Doc would also probably help to reach a few folks as well if you would like to get feedback. So
yeah, that sounds good. I also just realized I'm not sharing my screen. Nobody mentioned this. You're all too nice. There we go. There we go. You should be able to see what I've been talking about now.
did you get to record, Claire? Were you able to?
Yeah.
Okay, I joined a bit.
I have successfully. Yeah, we have one person that can successfully record, so we're good now.
Woohoo! Nice.
It's a win. Cool. I think this is one of the biggest things that we have to do going forwards anyway. Checking where we are with everything else. I think there's still a lot of issue triaging and things to do. I've been looking at them. There are a couple that are assigned to myself that I need to pick up as well. So I think there's a lot of kind of post KubeCon things that we want to look over and check and see how we're doing. That should be fine. I'm not sure that there's much else for comms right now. I assume since Trisha has had to set back, that we'll probably need another. We'll have to do what I just did again, So if anyone is having a think and wants to maybe help me out, that would be great. I guess we'll have to go through this similar process and maybe give it some time for people to figure that out. That'll be good. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to bring up? I don't know if there's anything else that we've parked.
I don't know if everyone in this group knows, but I think it's worth mentioning because Sergio and Diana have been working on a very cool functionality for the website translation. So we have a pull request out there that is active that will help us automate the notification process for the folks that have been doing translations to different languages, so that if there is anything that is being changed in the content for a specific language, that the others can get notified about that. And I just would like to give kudos to you both on working on that, dedicating your time and effort, and we will definitely also ensure that we get it into our social media once it's up and running because I think that is really awesome. So great work. Thank you.
One or two questions about that. Will it create a new issue for every page that needs to be translated, or will there be one issue per language that just gets comments, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, they already are like one issue per language. Just and let's say, for example, if somebody creates a pull request adding, well, let's say that it's detecting if somebody adds something new in the English language. If detects that there's something new, it's going to update if there is an issue already open. And it's going to detect also if the other languages are missing that page in order to be translated. At least at the moment, that's the functionality that already has. So yeah, it creates an issue per language. Based on pull requests, yes.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
that's 160 lines of GitHub Actions goodness.
yeah, it's like, yeah, let's say that the not the stopper, but right now, Leo suggested some things. I think that one that I am not going to change is the language, because a bash script could be like simpler to implement, like using Python. Because, for example, if I use Python, I have to also call the system command, so it doesn't make sense to change the language. And Go could be more complex like Python. So I think that maybe the part that I am missing is the documentation about the script. And yeah, I think that that part is missing. Another suggestion that I was thinking when we were working on that, like, for example, create a script instead of putting the code on the GitHub action step. So yeah, something that I can polish there.
Yeah, but we can also take a look if this can come as subsequent pull requests, Sergio. We don't necessarily need to have everything in the same PR. So I can also afterwards go through the Leo's feedback, and maybe something can come as a follow-up and is not critical to get in the same pull request. And to me, that doesn't sound critical. That's more like long-term importance of having documentation so that others can contribute as well.
Yeah,
but it's not like critical to get it at the same PR.
Yeah, that's true. Let's say that my idea was like, okay, right now it's working. Maybe we can improve this in a second phase, let's say.
Exactly.
That was my idea with Diana, like, because let's say that we discovered that we can create a workflow to reuse the thing, but okay, take more time on that. Maybe could remove this stopper and work, let's say, close the merge this one, create another one to improve the things that Leo's mentioning, and start to using the workflow, right? That was my idea.
Yeah, but let's communicate that on the PR as well, so that we can just create issues and link them as, hey, this will be followed up in this issue. But then also I share the PR in the chat. So if anyone has like any feedback for something you see, so it's open to anyone to like add the feedback if you have something so that you know about it.
Yeah, one idea might also be just completely putting the thing like in a separate repo and making it like a standalone action that you can just add to the pipeline. So if it's generalized enough, that is something that could be also used by people outside of this working group.
Like a repo that you can create workflows that other tags
Like,
can read.
There's this GitHub Action store. Maybe not a store that you can just find it there, like.
Yeah, it can be linked to the GitHub repo, right? If it's a reusable GitHub action. And we have the repo for the tools, the green tooling, where we also have the green scraper project in there as well. So that is a good feedback. Yeah, we could.
Yeah. Also, one idea. Let's say it otherwise. One advantage of Go would it be that it could be compiled, which could make it a bit faster and more efficient. But the question is if that's actually worth it, because it's a bit more work than doing it in Bash. But yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a long-term, like a future improvement where this could also be discussed, like opened for discussion and suggestion in an issue, for example.
Oh yeah, of course. I just said it now because otherwise I'll forget it.
Oh, but that's good to have a discussion about it as well.
Yeah, let's say like this initial release is based on the Kubernetes document. No, what is? Yeah, the Kubernetes glossary workflow that they use or something like that. But we modify the thing. So I copy and paste some things, modified it, but I missed it to remove some comments and yeah, but it's based on that. And when I was reading that script, I was like, okay, this is genius. Like, who made this? Like, was like pretty easier to work on that. Well, at least because I work on DevOps, I am comfortable with Bash scripts, but I understand the part of Leo that mentioned that maybe could be another language, but in some of my experience, could be like longer script than using Bash.
He did mention that on the green scraper project as well. I think he really wants us to write in Go.
I mean, Go is.
I have also noticed that. Yes.
I can
No,
So
no,
there
no,
is
no,
a
no,
hidden
no,
agenda,
no.
maybe.
We're a sustainability group. We're only writing in Rust. What is this? Come on, guys. And go.
Yeah, I mean, we need to put it in our governance. Come on. Rust only accepted.
I mean, we want it to be fabulous. Let's write it in clean.
What about COBOL?
Okay.
I mean, I really miss that
Yes,
one. Probably not
yes.
very efficient, but
Okay, but that was
Just
a nice
write it in
note.
pure assembly.
Nice note.
But I can try like a kind of POC, like, okay, let's compare Go against Bash and just to have like, okay, let's vote right now.
yeah. But thank you, though. Thank you to you and Diana for doing that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I'm sure there is an argument for like V1, continuing on as, and then V2 considerations for other languages.
Yeah, that was like the idea. The V1 is this one, V2 COBOL, I don't know.
Yeah,
Christina's approval.
Don't take it seriously. Don't take it seriously, please.
No,
I think
the most sustainable way is to get one solution and get it on.
Also, one thing I just noticed, there probably needs to be some Git commit magic done, because it seems like there has been some duplicated commits in here now, or something like that. Because it's 60 commits now, and there's some commits by me in there. So we need to check if that is intended or not.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think you can you can also mention that if you would like on the issue itself, if you saw something.
Yeah,
there.
I'll add a comment.
Mhm. Awesome. The only other project that I know, it was Valeria's project, right? How is that going? Have you got a second person?
Yes, I've got big news.
Awesome.
Yes, we have finally the second lead. Leo reached out to Lisa Kaywood, and she is interested in being the second lead. So I have to create the project tracking issue. This morning I talked to Lisa, but she is on vacation for a week. So I think from the 20th, she will be available to have kind of a one-on-one with me to talk about the project. I don't know if she read all of the threads and all the issues. It's kind of a new thing. But yes, we finally have a second lead, so yay. Yeah, I'm very happy. So yes, finally we can start this project. Also, apart from this, Claire, I just wanted to say that I would like to help you with the documentation on the roles. So I think that working together and sharing our ideas, we can do a better work than working alone on this.
Sounds good.
Also,
I think there's an issue for it. If there is, I either created one already or need to. I'll CC you onto it and then add the document there, and we can get going.
yes.
Awesome. For other people that might not know, the project specifically is a user stories project. So just figuring out, how other people are using green tools and implementing and how we're doing things. And we had so many people asking like, oh yeah, we use these and let me give you a user story. And now we can actually kind of reach out to those people. So that's awesome.
I share the issue of the project proposal. You can find basically all the information, all the details about the project. So if you also want to join the user stories group, we'll be happy. Yay.
I mean, yeah, but that's probably for another, how do you say it, meeting. But I'm still busy on that, and what I now
I'm
learned
counting on
is
you, Wilco.
I know. I'm coming with two stories. I'm coming essentially with two stories. One at my current customer and one with the university, and they're also really as good stories. So not research or tutorials, like, but it's probably gonna take 2 months to a half year. That's the only sad thing. It's gonna take time. Yeah.
No pressure, Wilco. No pressure. Maybe a little bit.
No, I was so enthusiastic that like I had the first kickoff like we had on Monday, and that Kubernetes was in the core of all of it. I was like, yes, that's a good start. Yeah.
Cool. If there isn't anything else that anyone wants to bring up or anything to discuss, I can make a note of some of the actions, and then we can keep working on all the different projects and consolidation and wrap up.
Sounds great.
Cool. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Till next week.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.